Good morning, welcome to Headline Focus here on Core Politics with me, Rob Double. It is Monday the 9th of October 2017, the start of the week, and with the time about 10 minutes before the start of the working day. Let's have a look at what's making the headlines. So let's start off with the Daily Mail, gender-neutral census. Now, the 2021 census, national census, could become gender-neutral. This is under plans being considered by the Office for National Statistics. Why? Well, they want to make the gender question voluntary, so they say, for the benefit of intersex and non-binary people. It's only one of several proposals that's being considered, and they've said no decision has been made so far. According to the Daily Mail, there's already been some hesitation from particularly civil servants who are concerned about the lack of precision this would cause regarding population figures and what that might mean in terms of planning for the future and allocating resources. More on that story if you pick up a Daily Mail today. Next up, the world economy at risk. This is from the outgoing German Finance Minister Wolfgang Schäuble, who's saying that spiralling global debt levels and liquidity present a major risk to the global economy. Also, the Brexit vote showed how foolish it was to listen to demagogues who say we're paying too much to Europe. And also, quite interestingly, he said as well, Germany will never relapse into nationalism. This is after the AfD did particularly well in the recent German elections, with Angela Merkel struggling now to form a governing coalition in the country and remain as Chancellor. We did quite an interesting Inside Europe on that. Check out on our channel if you're interested, and obviously pick up an FT if you're interested in that interview as well. Let's look in focus then at the main story, though, which is regarding, again, Prime Minister Theresa May. Now, she's had a particularly tricky couple of weeks in terms of her leadership, and effectively it plots to get rid of her as Prime Minister and leader of the Conservatives. However, attention has turned apparently to the Treasury and to Chancellor Philip Hammond. If we look at The Guardian here, Tory Brexiteers turn their fire on the Treasury. Now, this is criticism that the Treasury has been accused of anti-Brexit gloom, so Brexit in name only with regards to their commitment to the process actually happening, and they've been too pessimistic about the possibilities for the future of the UK in a post-Brexit world. Particular critics are Jenkin MP, with Nadine Dorries MP being the only Member of Parliament who's currently called for Philip Hammond to resign and step down as Chancellor. This comes as well as the Prime Minister has been, it has been reported today that the Prime Minister is considering sacking Boris as a way to stamp on her authority as leader for the future. In the Times, though, going on a different angle. Now, it's the fifth round of negotiations in Brussels today with regards to Brexit. David Davis and Michel Barnier will be meeting very shortly. And before that, there are reports in several of the newspapers, but we're picking up on the Times, saying the Prime Minister is to tell EU leaders that the ball is in your court in a bid to raise the stakes in the Brexit negotiations, and also to hurry along what they desperately want, which is talks regarding a free trade agreement and the future arrangement with the UK and Brexit. She also will say today, when speaking to the House, addressing the House of Commons, that she hopes for a positive response from other EU countries to her Florence speech she gave a few weeks ago in which she outlined the UK's position on Brexit. Final story then comes from the Daily Telegraph. Pound coin chaos as shops defy deadline. Now, this is a story that thousands of shops and businesses are to ignore the Royal Mint's deadline to stop accepting old £1 coins, which stopped being legal tender yesterday, that's Sunday. And the Federation of Small Businesses, which represents about 170,000 small shops, have advised their members to continue taking the round £1 coins, just because it's just too much of a hassle to just be accepting the new £1 coins. The Royal Mint and the Treasury wanted a clean break to avoid chaos, but as the Telegraph is reporting here, that's not going to be the case, and it's not going to be that easy. That's pretty much it for today. You're up to date. Don't forget you can find all the latest on what we're doing here on Core Politics on our Facebook page and Twitter right here. But from me and all the team here at Core London, have a fantastic start to your week.